So I'm gonna try something a little different here because I'm not gonna live stream this because it's 12 in the midnight, 12 midnight. Sorry, brain.
It's midnight MST time, so like 2 a.m. EST. So like, why the fuck would we do that?
And not only that, but like to live stream on YouTube on your phone, you pretty much have to do it on vertical, and you can't really capture both of us very well on that. So
this one barely captures me because I'm short, but you know what? we're working with it.
So yeah, like we just got done finishing Evil Dead Rise, which premiered kind of like a day early. Actually, I think most theaters actually have like the movie like on Thursday night nowadays instead of like it premiering directly on Friday.
Yeah, I had a few friends who like went to go and see it, so like I think it came out Thursday.
Yeah, and I also saw it on D-Box. I guess for those who don't know what D-Box is, it's basically like kind of like a 4D experience where the seat like vibrates like with the action and like shakes around, kind of like a 4D ride Universal except like spraying on your face, which it'd be kind of cool. Imagine like a bunch of like
honestly with this movie they could have probably gotten away with that, but like I understand why movie theater would not have that.
If only. So I've seen like the first 3 Evil Dead films. I've seen 1, 2, Army of Darkness. I have not seen Evil Dead 2013. I've heard like mixed things about that one. I've not seen Ash vs Evil Dead. I probably should though because Bruce Campbell's in it.
Yeah. He was the director. I think he was one of the directors for this. There were like 5 directors
or whatever. But yeah, like this movie is pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, it was really good.
Obviously, I'm a little skeptical with Evil Dead in the 2020s because like a lot of franchises kind of get for lack of a better word, like
after Halloween ends, y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope I don't have a Halloween ends here, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, like look, man, I know people still be like Halloween ends and shit.
If you like Halloween ends, I'm a little side eyeing you. I'm just gonna be honest. Until I see that director's cut, maybe I'm a little side eyeing you.
That's a different story though. So yeah, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but what I like about this film was like pretty much sticks to like what but also like kind of I guess refreshes it a little bit by taking place in like an apartment complex. It's gonna be condemned stuff like the cabin, like it sounds like an evil mommy, which look, hear me out. Okay, I'll just say
Oh no. You'll say that until she starts talking with the fucking weird ass voice going on there.
Evil mom trying to kill our Zoomer kids,
Yeah, dude. And then of course, the dumbass Zoomer is the one who fucking opens a book and like fucks everything up, and then it's like, well.
Honestly, like the blonde teen character, like looks like he's more from the early 2000s instead of like the early 2020s. Like he has a spiky blonde hair.
Yeah, it's like, sir, kid, you are in the wrong generation. Like I'm not even trying to be like like memeing, like you look like you belong in 2005. What are you doing here?
I mean, who knows? Maybe like there were some kids, where it's like, I was born in the wrong generation. Like I listened to NSYNC instead of BTS.
But also at the same time, the kid had fucking vinyl, so it was like, I feel like he was definitely a very late wrong generation sort of kid.
Oh yeah, and also got the kind of like the, I guess, feminist.
God, she was so cringe, but also like she was kind of funny at times.
The protest, like a pretty much like kind of like I guess capturing the political climate or whatever, but obviously it's not like in your face.
It was a little cringe, but also with what happened to her, it's like okay, good. Honestly, okay, they did something. Like after that, I was like, okay, yeah, what? All right, I'll let you cook. The youngest kid was like, honestly, other than the fact that she did some like 2 really stupid things, like she was kind of a moron at times.
Yeah, you got the creepy child,
Yeah, she had an obsession with like cutting off baby doll heads, and I'm like, you're fucking weird. But also, I grew to kind of like her the most, honestly.
Yeah, like I do hope like her creepiness kind of plays a factor if they make I guess spoiler alert, like a sequel or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically like the beginning of this movie like pretty much like starts with like these people in a cabin, and like there's some pretty cool creative deaths, like somebody gets killed with a drone, for example. And,
like they literally, like he was flying around a drone, she's like, hey, don't do that. He's like, oh, it won't kill you, and then 5 minutes later, like foreshadowing.
Yeah, and
the Wuthering Heights thing.
It's like one day earlier, and pretty much that's like the plot of like the entire movie, and like at the end you kind of like learn how the evil got to like that cabin, which I don't know if like Evil Dead Rise 2 will be kind of like a classic style Evil Dead where it takes place in the cabin, or do something else, or if it's just like a standalone film that's like open-ended, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's like, I don't really know. Maybe it's kind of one of those where it's like, all right, we're going to take a chance and set it up for, like, you know, a sequel. Like, there are quite a few open-ended parts with this movie. And I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure the reason why is because they're trying to sequel bait it. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a sequel. There's going to be a sequel to it. Just because, like, the story premise, how they did it, how they kind of handle stuff with, like, the undead and whatnot. Like, yeah, it's a little open-ended right now.
Like, what I did like was, like, not the kills, like, pretty good, like, the gore and shit, because actually it's, like, you know, like, real blood. Like,
yeah.
A lot of, like, horror movies nowadays will just use, like, CG blood and, like, all that bullshit. Like, you just see, like, somebody get, like, stabbed or something and, like, a bunch of, like, pixels fly out them, you know. Obviously, it's not that, like, bad or anything, but, you know, I kind of miss practical effects, and for the most part, they seem practical. Like, for example, like, when the Necronomicon was, like, opening it up with its, like, teeth or whatever, it looked stop motion-y, which is kind of, like, cool, because, like, how long has it been since you've seen stop motion in a film, you know?
Yeah, I also think that they know that they should not be fucking around with, you know, fucking CGI bullshit effects, you know? They're like, all right, we're too cool for this
probably,
shit.
Like, use a little bit, like, I actually like the blend of, like, practical and CGI.
Yeah.
And also, before anybody says, like, another Pinocchio film is, like, all, like, stop motion or whatever, but, like, I'm talking, you know, like, practical effects in, like, a live-action film, you know?
Yeah.
Which I still need to see that damn Pinocchio film. It's been, like...
Yeah, we meant to go and see it, and then it got out of theaters as soon as we want to go and see it.
Yeah, it's in, I'm just trying to find a 4K copy right now. That's why I haven't seen it yet, because, like, I was going to see it in theaters, but it was, like, limited release or whatever. So, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to see that one.
Damn. It's alright. I would go and say the story is pretty straightforward, you know, it's a fucking Evil Dead movie. You're not going to be sitting here fucking expecting, like, you know, like, the deepest story imaginable.
It pretty much is like, oh, hey, like, woken up the dead with Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Possesses one person, kind of spreads, you know, and, like, the demons have, like, a wicked sense of humor. It's, you know, like, it's not like it's kind of like Evil Dead 1, where it's, like, pretty serious, but with, like, some comedy bits here and there. It's not like full camp like Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness, where you got, like, the deers laughing at you.
Yeah, like, there's one part where, you know, literally she grabs a gun and the guy literally says, "Get off my gun, you cunt!" Like, I was like, Jesus, it was just really funny, but also, like, at the same time, because it was a scary moment, like, and, like, the mom that gets possessed, like, oh man, she has some really mean lines to her sister. It's like, ooh, damn.
She talks about, like, sucking on titties at one point.
Yeah, sucking on titties and, talking shit about it. Basically, she just talks a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah.
But not in a way where it's like, alright, this is campy. It's more like a, damn, you kind of mean. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Like, I do kind of wonder, you know, if they're going to do something with this. Like, if it is open-ended, that's kind of a little bit because, like, they don't really, like, you know, kind of end things. They just kind of, you know, escape more than anything else.
Oh, yeah. Also, like, it also feels kind of short. Like, I know it's an hour and a half movie. It's probably because I've seen, like, films like John Wick or, like, Creed, where it's, like, over 2 hours, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, the Mario movie was, like, about the same length, but I don't know. They just go, like, so many places all at once. It's kind of like bam, 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 bam. This one's kind of, like, sticks to, like, the same setting, so I don't know if, like, that has anything to do with it, but, like, man, I just kind of wanted more, too.
Yeah, I kind of felt like, you know, alright, I was kind of wondering if they were going to do anything past the escape scene and whatnot, but they didn't. I was kind of like,
I will say the final, like, monster or whatever is, like, really cool. Actually, a pretty cool concept.
The final monster literally looks like a fucking Resident Evil character.
I don't want to spoil it too much. I will say they did do some kind of cool that you see in, like, those old, like, monster films, like Alien, for example, where you see, like, very little of the monster until, like, the climax, kind of.
Yeah.
Where they kind of keep in the shadows, you like, scurrying around. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's kind of a very interesting concept, you know, how they kind of do it, and, like, it's definitely kind of like, alright, this is, like, you know, like a horror monster, and, you know, like, it's really cool. I liked it.
But yeah, like, I would say if you like Evil Dead, and even if you didn't like the last film, which, again, like, I've heard some people say, you know, Evil Dead 2013 is good, other people say it's bad, which I've not watched it myself, so I may actually go back and watch it, because, you know, obviously there's, like, one big piece I have not watched yet.
Yeah.
But like, if you like Evil Dead, definitely go check it out. Go see it in the theaters and the big screen if you can. Honestly, if your theater's got a D-box, I recommend you watch it that way. Even though,
Yeah, it's one of those movies where it's like, okay, if you have that option, I recommend it a little bit more than like, you know, just like IMAX or something, you know, like that, because like, it kind of adds to the experience, especially like as a horror movie. Like, okay, if we watch this shit with fucking Mario, it wouldn't really kind of go and give that a same effect. Now, John Wick would be a different story because it's an action film, but like, I feel like with a horror, with like kind of this action horror, it works.
Also, like how luxurious theaters are nowadays because the seats always recline, like they got the vibrating seats and whatnot.
They know better than to have us all go and sit in fucking airport seats anymore.
Honestly, like IMAX theaters are like the airport seats because I saw like a Mario movie was kind of like that. It was just like airport seats.
It's like, yeah, I don't know what happened, like how we've regressed. I mean,
But yeah, IMAX used to be like the cream of the crop when it comes to like the theater quality, but I guess not. I don't know.
no. If I fucking see the next Avatar movie, I'm just gonna watch it in a fucking D-box.
Though,
Fucking sit back.
hearing Jack Black sing Peaches was like, you know,
it was worth it.
The IMAX sound.
It was worth it. Worth it with the IMAX. Yeah.
But yeah.
There were a couple, you know, okay, horror people are kind of dumb moments, but otherwise, you know, it was really good. And honestly, I really like kind of like the pacing and like how they had the scares, because it's like they did a lot of, you know, the silence and then something happens, and I kind of like that better than, you know, just like, all right, consistent, you know, boo, scary monster shit.
Oh, there's one scene that was kind of funny where it's like, you know, the scene where it's like the fake jump scare where like somebody being like like a joke, like, and I think the mom just like pops her in the face.
Oh yeah, she like.
It was kind of a funny.
Yeah, she's like walking over, and then she opens the door and no one's there, and she's like, okay, what's going on? You know, there's suspenseful music. You know, she turns and his sister's there. Then she literally just fucking like punches her in the face.
Okay, I have one more thing to say here. There's a cat in the movie, and I don't know if the cat survived or not, because like it doesn't. Basically, there's a cat in a vent, and like pretty much like the evil like takes a vent. We don't see the cat at all, so I hope the cat's okay.
The cat vented. He'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe in the Evil Dead Rise 2 we'll have like a dead-eye cat. It'd be kind of awesome.
Honestly, it'd be kind of cool if they didn't go and bring back the cat, but it did go and get like, you know, possessed and whatnot, and like the evil got it.
That's just our cats when like they're hungry.
That just took on me 1 minute before food.
All right, anyway, we'll probably end this like you guys like this concept where we just like have pre-recorded movie reviews or whatever. We may do more. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe if we go and see something.
All right.
Anyway,
See
bye.
ya.